Chris Hill with his first assignment of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, food hot and ready. Grab it in the back, grab it ice cold beer.
Davis and Stuart, we are underway. One thing we have yet to see is some wrestling from any of the two fights. I'm curious to see if we'll get that from Van Stuart with his jiu-jitsu background. Maybe try and work some submissions or something.
It's looking like Davis may have a little bit of a Muay Thai background just by the way he grabbed the leg and went for a kick to the other leg. And he's got those nice shorts on.
Yeah, those shorts are some of the best shorts I've ever seen, to be honest.
Oh, and here we go with the takedown.
Yep.
That was
great job here by Davis.
a good attempt. He's still fighting it. Not a great idea to keep a hold of that head, but sometimes your arm does get stuck there.
Yeah, it actually kind of looks like his hand is stuck in between the arm of
Those
Stuart.
gloves can make obviously make your hand a lot bigger. Easy to get him stuck.
Continuing to work. It's Van Stuart for that takedown. Great work by Davis.
Stayed on that,
But eventually, Stuart gets him down here. Kind of an awkward
ready
position.
to take the back, and Davis spun around. Just a scramble.
Yeah, scrambling here at the moment. That wrist looks like it's kind of caught inside there of Stuart. Now he'll slip his hand out.
All right, Stuart looking to pass through the legs here. Kudos to Stuart. He had great control. He was able to fight through that scramble, make the takedown work, and end up on top here.
And working from top now, trying to maybe get into side control. He's got Davis's leg stuck between his, though, kind of anchoring him down.
Okay, looks like Davis was looking to hook that foot and maybe go for like some kind of heel hook there or use that to get up.
Got the one and only Dynamite joining us here on the broadcast now.
What a wild night of fights thus far.
Definitely.
Hey, take.
Maybe it sounds a little bit low.
Guess I'm not plugged
there
in.
We go.
There we go. Now we're getting a little audio.
Now we're good.
Yeah, great night of fights here in Arcadia, Louisiana. We've got two physical specimens in there, two very conditioned welterweights inside the AKA cage right now. Just under a minute to go here in round number one. Van Stuart, the hometown hero right here in Ruston, Louisiana, training with Triad Martial Arts, taking on Willie Davis, making the drive all the way from Manville, Texas. It doesn't get much more burly than that. Manville, Texas.
That's right. And right now, Victoria, it's been the hometown product that's really dominated this first round after getting that takedown.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to figure out how to get his arms free to let go of some of those shots. And Davis is doing a good job of holding him down to prevent that, but he needs to look to get up here.
So, Tyler, we're so blessed to have such a great commentary team. You always as our anchor. We normally have our good friend Matt Danger Schnell with us. Now we've got another UFC rostered athlete here with us at AKA Fury, Victoria Mason. Victoria, from your vantage point, you've been around the game a long time. How important is it for these young athletes to get into shows like this and really learn how to perform out there if they want to make it to the next level, to catch up with guys like yourself and Danger?
Yeah, it's definitely important. Not only do you not get that element of the gym of fighting in front of a crowd, but you have training partners that maybe aren't going 110% with you. And so it's a good thing to get out here and be a part of these local shows to get a real feel for how it feels in a fight when someone is not pulling any punches and you have to remain calm and you've got to hear the background noise and stay focused.
So the $1 million question, I've introduced you several times in a lot of local shows over the years. When you made that first big walk to the grandest stage of them all, the UFC, how was it? Did you think you were ready for that?
I definitely thought I was ready. Unfortunately, I suffered an injury in that fight, but having experiences at shows like this and at other promotions really helped me to not, crumble under those lights, and that really wasn't a big factor when I walked. I enjoyed it, and I was able to get in there and fight.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Good advice from a top-level pro. Hey, get out here and support your local mixed martial arts organization. Support these local fighters. Help them make their way to achieve their dreams as well.
Ready for round number two now between Davis and Stuart. You would assume that Stuart won that first round with the takedown and control, as Davis trying to let the hands go here at the beginning of round number two.
And Stuart definitely has some people out here supporting him and his, they're
coming through,
crashing, almost going through the cage on us.
Coming right here at us.
That's MMA Live, large and in charge in your face right there.
Might have just knocked our TV out right here, in fact.
Stuart is doing a good job keeping the pressure on him, looking to pick that leg, but man, Davis is in shape to be able to hold himself up on that one arm.
The athleticism, the acrobatics of Davis to try and fight off that takedown, but it's going to end up once again with Stuart on top here in another kind of awkward position.
Oh, good. I can see a little better now.
So now if you're Stuart, kind of working inside that guard, if you will.
And he's got one arm pinned. I think he's trying to kind of pry himself out of those legs. You know, there may be some submission attempts there. That's what I was thinking in that guard. There's some submissions. I wasn't sure if he knew to look for him, but it looks like he's got him in a deep triangle here, if he can finish it.
He's got him in the triangle. I don't know how tight it is just yet, though.
Stuart's doing a good job of keeping that elbow down on the other side. That's going to buy him some time.
Yeah, and that right arm of Willie Davis is still caught behind him as well. You can see it down there.
Yeah, and that's got to be making it a little bit harder for him to finish the sub.
So he's with a minute 15.
He's still got him trapped in those legs. He can look for an arm bar here if he gets it extended. I think that's what he's trying to pry.
Well, it is.
And then he's got the strikes. He's doing what he needs to do.
You know, it's Van Stuart with the jiu-jitsu background, but right now it's Willie Davis looking for these submissions.
How amazing would that be to sub the jiu-jitsu guy?
Well, Davis calls himself a well-balanced MMA fighter, and I would say so far we've seen that from him. Davis trying to get a little bit of action there. He's landed some shots to the ear.
I can hear my husband yelling, pull down on his head, and that's one way to help the submission get a little bit tighter if you'll pull down on the back of somebody's head when they're trapped in your legs.
Try and cut off that airway there. It looks like Davis.
He can also, try to pull the arm across.
He keeps looking for that arm to try and potentially work an arm bar. But that head of Van Stuart is definitely caught. You can see he's starting to turn red a little bit.
Starting to turn red, either from the strikes or not being able to breathe. And time is winding down, though. He seems to have been able to survive it.
Well, this is an interesting round here. As about 90.
Oh, look at that blood gushing from Stuart's nose.
That's impressive stuff from Willie Davis. On your back, you're working on a triangle, and you're able to bust your opponent open.
Yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do, keeping his opponent thinking about something else besides the submission and then going back to look to finish the submission.
Kind of softening them up, right? And you're kind of working something else that whole time. I'll tell you what, this is a pretty interesting fight right now. First round certainly in Van Stuart's favor. Round number 2, Stuart gets the takedown, but it was really Davis who, kind of controlled everything there, working the triangle the whole time. Obviously, the damage showing on Van Stuart's face. So
yeah, that's got to be something that the judges should be taking into consideration. It's not always the person on the back losing. Most of the time it is, but in a case like this where someone is on a great submission attempt and it has controlled their opponent and is landing damage, I certainly think that the round should go in his favor.
Yeah, I would agree, especially when it's half of the round. There was 90 seconds he was called in that triangle, so even though he didn't finish it with the triangle choke, he did certainly control that round and control Stuart for much of it. All right, third and final round. I've got it 1-1 here. We'll see.
I agree.
Davis and Stuart, 3 minutes left to decide a winner. Back to the action. Stuart in the black trunks if you're just joining us. And Davis wearing that incredibly cool set of trunks there, the white and red.
White and red and a little pink from the blood on the white side.
That's a good call there. Most of this fight has been spent on the ground. Oh, Willie Davis with a nice left hand.
Yeah, he's employing it kind of my husband likes to call a sucker stance. So he's leaning forward, trying to invite you into throwing that strike, and he's going to look to counter off of it.
Willie Davis looks very comfortable on the feet. He's really seeing Stuart well. He stepped out of that last punch easily. Stepped away from it, I should say.
I'm wondering if Stuart is feeling a little gassed now. Once the nose gets all bloody, it becomes more difficult to breathe. And he's looking like he might be feeling that right now.
There it is. I was about to say, if I'm Stuart, I'm probably going to shoot for a takedown at some point because Willie Davis looks incredibly good on the feet.
Yeah, that was a little too far out. I'd be surprised if he was able to finish it. If Stuart can jack up that underhook, he can get him turned. He seems to be defending well, but that's a lot. That was some great strength from Stuart.
How about that? Van Stuart showing off the strength and taking Willie Davis to his corner and slamming him down. 90 seconds to work now for Stuart here on top. Maybe trying to get over into side control. He's just slipped that leg out. He's trying to do
he's
so.
He's him out, but Davis did a good job of trying to hoist that leg over him so that if he did come into mount, he could go out the back door, so to speak.
Great analysis
but now,
there.
Stuart was able to pass, and he is in mount.
He's in mount, but it looks like Davis has a hold of that left arm.
I think he has, the arm and the head. A hard thing to finish from there, but doing a good job of keeping his opponent broken down so that he can't land those strikes, which is what you're looking to do from mount. Not a whole lot of submissions you can do from mount. You're looking to do damage here.
Some shots to the body.
I can hear those shots to the body from where we are.
Sound like a drum as Stuart drumming on Davis in the final 30 seconds. 20 to work now for Van.
And this may win Stuart the fight.
I think you're right about that, Victoria. Early on, Davis did land a couple of big shots in this round, but it has been Van Stuart over the final minute. Well, the Ruston faithful see their man Van Stuart finish the fight on top. An exciting fight, Victoria. We got to see some wrestling, some jiu-jitsu, some really good striking on display there from Davis. That was a good third fight of the night.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? One hell of a fight right there.
And it'll go to the judges.
It feels like Van Stuart did enough in that third round. You know, being in control the final minute, landed some ground and pound. He got into mount, started getting some ground and pound going.
I'm very impressed with that takedown. He was able to get his hips under him, even though the initial shot, it was a little too far out, and that's what got him the takedown, and it was a very impressive slam.
And doing that in the first round, okay. Doing it in the third when you're a little gassed, you know, different. We'll hand it over to Dynamite in the cage. He's going to have your result. Who's going to be the winner? Willie Davis or Van Stuart?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of hooking and jabbing, scooping and slamming, hanging and banging, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges have seen and scored this bout the same way, therefore declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting in the red corner, Van Stuart.
So Van Stuart picks up the W in front of the home fans. And now Victoria Leonardo into the cage.
Van Stuart. Oh, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Van Stuart. That was a heck of a fight. You got some damage to your nose pretty early in the fight. How was your breathing and your cardio because of that?
I don't think it really affected my cardio. That shot that busted my nose, he was off his back. The guy's powerful. Really good fighter.
Yeah, he looked like he was in great shape, but you did a great job despite all that, fighting through that takedown at the end. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do that in the first round, let alone the third round. So you seem to be in phenomenal shape. Way to push through. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
A lot of people. Thank God for giving me an able body. Thank you for my wife, supporting me through all of it. My bros at the fire department, all my family at the ER, Triad, all my training partners, Josh, Chris, I love all y'all.
All right, well, for the fantastic performance, ladies and gentlemen, Van Stuart.